Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Bobby. I'm here finally in Bowling Green, and I'm going to show you guys Barney. Uh, if you have never seen the car in person, I'm going to do a little walk around and talk about kind of what the car is, what we hope to achieve with it this year, and then show you a lot of the changes that we've done to Barney. So let me flip this camera around. I'm going to show you what's what. So this is a '97 in the original factory. Deep violet purple. It's dusty as hell because she's been sitting and moved from shop to shop a few times now, so it hasn't really been cleaned up. But my good old buddy Ashton Hughes, Letitia Hughes' son, the world's fastest NA S550, her son's coming out to clean the car up for me and make her look new again. So it's sitting on a set of RC Torques, front and rears. These are double bead lock rears, 15 by 10. The front ring is anodized black. Inside ring is just polished aluminum. It has 850 cage in it. Probably going to go faster than that this year. Be careful to open this. My buddy is he's kind of reworking and cleaning up the wiring right now. So still under the knife, but it has all the factory panels minus the rear seat delete. So the doors are still in it, electric windows are in it, hell, the factory steering column is in it, and I got the factory dash over there. So, street car. Original panels, glass, interior, hell, lights, turn signals, horn, you name it, it's all there. So yeah, street car. Now, back to the motor. 5-4 swapped. The Andrew Lavender recently redid everything in the motor. Ford forged crank, the factory forged crank, Manley rods, diamond pistons, AccuFab timing setup, trick flow gears, GT500 from the GT500 1314 cams that are in it, Innovator West balancer, all the hardware that was in the motor. We pulled all the old stuff out. We had some of the standard ARP stuff, got rid of it. Now it's all ARP 2000. Upgraded it to the good stuff, side bolts, mains, studs, all of it. And then I think I'm probably one of the very few people that's running a Holley Coyote race with a sheer fab intercooled intake on a 5.4. And I'm going to show you how we did it. So that's a Holley race lower, sheer fab intercooled upper. And the way you can do this is the MMR right there. There's billet adapter plates. You get you a set of those, and you can run a Coyote intake. Just depending on the Coyote intake. Previously, we had that Boss 302 over there on it, and it fit just fine. You didn't need to remove any material, do any kind of grinding to get it fit. But with the Holley race, you do. And I'll show you. You can kind of see where we had to grind that flat. So grind that flat, and then take a little bit of material out on the inside of the head, where that rib is, to get it to fit. Other than that, it fits nicely. Let's see if I can get this to line up here. Okay, so get the bolt holes line up. There we go. Other than that, it's pretty clean. I got to do a little bit of clearancing on the lower plates because I want to get rid of that lip there. And then the same thing inside the runner, where it meets the plate. There's a tiny lip, but it's definitely enough. It's going to cause some turbulence. So I'm going to grind that away and make it nice and smooth, so when the charge air comes in, it's not hitting that runner and causing a whole bunch of turbulence going into the motor. That's the last thing we need. We upgraded the turbo this year. Last year we were running a pretty cool looking S475, but it was running out of steam. We're turning it up, trying to get it to go faster on the big end, and just couldn't because it wasn't enough. So Jose at Force Inductions built this bad Larry right here. It's a 88 millimeter billet ETR that Jose did for us, and should get us close to about 1600 horsepower. And it's a big boy. It's already got the stuff on the V-Bandit, T6 housing on the other side. Here's the old intercooler that we had on it with this big, I'm pretty sure it's like a 6-inch core. No longer running that because, as you saw, running into intercooled intake. So I'm not going to need that anymore. So if anybody out there is looking for a intercooler that is a direct connection, so the turbo connects right there and then it exits, and you got the Vortec blow-off valve. You can run, you know, I'll sell it to you. Don't know how much I want to sell it for, but it's there. Got the Holly dash running in the car. Fail-safe gauge. Let's see what else. 2650 injectors, and this is the gaskets for the intake, and then Sullivan Performance alternator bracket. We run a Ford Power Stroke alternator, and that relocates it from. So the alternator was sitting here, but that's not going to work because of this. So what it does is puts the alternator in between these two bosses here, so it sets out here like such. So that's the one we're going to run. Oh, get down there. So we're going to run that and then relocate this as well to get that out of the way. So because the turbo piping comes here, down, under, and around like such, and then the down pipe goes here. So that would definitely be in the way. So yeah, so after we relocate the alternator, might have to get the turbo piping the hot side redone. Well, I don't know yet until we'll see. But the turbo mounts on its crossbar here, and then it sets like the center of the turbine housing. It is kind of right there where that air scoop is, that real dusty air scoop. It's running a half core, or not half core, it's running a half radiator, triple pass, Griffin. People ask me all the time at the track, does the car get hot? No, it keeps it pretty cool. And I do run a thermostat and all that stuff, so it's, you know, not just pumping a bunch of water through it. Let's see. We got running AFCO suspension, strange brakes, and then I'll show you some of the stuff we changed this year. So I had a factory 8.8 in it that was just welded tubes and strange axles, but we've since changed some of that. It's still an 8.8, but it is about as beefed up as you can make an 8.8. And we've relocated the coils from the factory location to there, anti-roll bar, you know, everything. And we cut the floor out in the trunk because that's where fuel cell is going to go. The guys at Exile, right there. Rob and his crew, those guys are awesome. At Exile Drag, you know, it's a veteran-owned company. He's been building and racing cars since the 80s, and he's a vet. Really, really good people. Love them to death. Can't wait to see them this year. So the other things they've done: parachute mount, DJ safety parachute with CO2 launcher. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So off the trailer, you know, we'd like to go. I'd like this to be a low to mid 8-second car at any point in time. But if we want to turn it up and run, some of the faster guys to be able to go 7s, you know, consistently. So might have to take some more weight out of the car. We'll see. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. That's Barney. And hopefully you guys see it out running, making some passes by the end of May. Hopefully the beginning of June. Other than that, appreciate the support, guys. If you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to comment. Let me know. And I'll do my best to get back to you. If you see us out at the track, please stop by, say hello. We'd love to talk to you. Other than that, take care. Be safe out there.